Welcome to Skyton Academy, where excellence meets opportunity. As one of the 5 pillars, our next focus is professional development. Here, students dive deep into courses like planning and execution and brace for upcoming masterclasses like private equity investing. But that's just the beginning. Soon, they'll immerse themselves in real estate fix and flip, tax lien sales, and even learn the art of business brokerage. And yes, there's ChatGPT 101 and much more. With an enrollment fee of just $50 per month, Skyton Academy empowers you to unlock your full potential. Join us. Let's soar together.
Yeah. Right. We coming together. We coming together. So listen, what you don't want to lose sight of is, and this has happened to a lot of generations before, and this is what we can't have happen. You want to create tradition, right? Because that's the one thing you could pass down from generation to generation, like just traditions, right? And we could define it as a lot of different things. There could be a multitude of things. Our relationship, our relationship with finances is going to dictate our children's relationships with finances. It's not going to get any easier. So if you don't put it together, their generation is living in a say it and speak it and it exists. They're not going to have to deal with the stuff of having to put anything together. That's the part you don't want to happen. That's why my wife is in the role that she's in. It costs too much to allow these kids to be taught by somebody else. So we just playing the game right now. We keep a close eye on the school. And you as parents, you guys aren't in the schools. We know that because we go to the schools. Ever since the pandemic, when they locked parents out the schools, you guys haven't really made yourself available to go back in there. They're bugging in those schools, all of them, private included. They're bugging. So part of what we're putting together is you're going to start to hear more of our life story together. You're going to find teaching in that. And then going back to that first play of this mindset mastery, right? We have to we got to peel the onion back. We don't know who a lot of you are. So when I give you cryptocurrency, I got guys that hit me in the background. They're like, Steve, it's been how many months? I read everything frontwards and backwards, and I'm just scared. So I got to take a step back now and say, wow, there is a bigger crowd. Sharika on the call, she said on a Saturday training call that we gave, she said, it's exciting and scary at the same time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it could pass me that I've been doing this for so long and I'm kind of, I don't go there with it. So I don't identify it. So now that I'm hearing it once or twice, it's so loud when I hear it. Not everybody's saying it because most people are sitting in silence thinking the same thing. Like, what? I'm training for AI to create a chat box to sell and make money online. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how it works. Especially when you're early and it's not like the thing, right? Because you could easily say, oh, I'm going to nursing school. That industry was built out hundreds of years ago. You're talking about being on the cutting edge of technology. So before I embark on that with you guys fully, I'd want people to just kind of get this part in order. Right? And we have product for that. Like, we have verifiable students who are taking brain training with a brain trainer. Straight up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we've been building that sort of situation inside the academy. Now you're just going to hear a lot more of us because people are scared. There's a lot of fear and uncertainty. So we're going to work you through the mindset first, understanding who you are. You're going to read reports. The same reports that these companies give you is the same data and access you have. You can see yourself on paper because somebody else is putting the value on you right now. You didn't go to that job saying, pay me this. And even if they agreed on your situation, you got to know they were getting a better end of it. You can't pay me more than you're going to make. So there's this self-worth situation that comes along with understanding yourself, finding out where those inefficiencies are in the thought process. And that's where my wife comes in, and she's gonna do this. She's gonna tune that thing up until it's like hitting proper. Because it's just a series of questions that you like he said, this one goes a little deeper. But yeah, you go enough hows, you're good. And then once you start to get that in order, then you start to admit to where you see this coming up in your life, right? Now you're writing all this stuff down. So it's a deep programming. Because before you get into this AI, you better have a deep understanding of who you are and holding on to tradition to make sure that these kids always have something. Because at the end of the day, there's still going to be a human language, and there's going to be towns with human touch still. Right? You don't got to subscribe to however this thing is going to look. I've seen it. That's the wild part. You got to start being a little more intuitive when you're online. It's already happening in these countries. Like just Google Dubai and see what Saudi Arabia is doing. It's already futuristic. We're behind. You know what I'm saying? We're behind. Every other nation is already adopting this technology. So we figured, why not pick up AI? Nobody's really doing it correctly with the community base. So when we charged for the first book, there was a lot of value in it. One. Two, you end up getting a 2-hour situation to how to set up a consulting thing. And three is one of those where it's like, this is a whole different monster right here. You understand? I'm not just trying to take y'all deep into AI and then next thing you know, you can't come out of the situation. Because I've heard people like, I've heard some crazy stuff of what people want to do with this thing. So if you're going to add to that ecosystem, just stay out of it. But if you got something that could be a little bit different, but everybody needs to learn it, there's no option. I wanted to just kind of separate the real group from the people who are just going to kind of like, and sometimes you just have to put a barrier up, and sometimes it just comes with a price. It's 47, then 77. 30 industries that you can become a consultant. What they are, how to get them, how to market it, what tools to use, but you got to train yourself on the tools. So what we started to do is we're going to start putting training on for the tools. But the part that got me was I'm like, but they've never ran a business, a lot of them before. So why not show them how to set up, a website, how to, do lead generation, the how-tos. That needs to be in there. So I was looking through my life plan, like when I went through Tony, and this is going way back. And because I was able to write this down, I can see where I was at back then. I got quarterly goals of 20,000 monthly revenue, Q2, Q3, 50,000 monthly revenue. This is 2016, guys. This was my first lesson in actually working on self. He basically retuned me. I had a wild belief system, and he found a way to just like shake the thing up. And I'm like, oh, and then I've never went back to that belief system again. Once you get out of it, you can't go back into it. Yeah, this is crazy. I had to write down like ultimate vision, purpose, craziness. So I'm gonna start to share just my stories with you guys, so that way you can get a firsthand account of, and it's just we can build in more trust. You know what I'm saying? I want to build more trust with the community. That's where I was lacking. I was giving you guys more information from the outside as opposed to the information I got on the inside. So we got some stuff cooking. And at the least, you know what I'm saying? If you don't get into it, we'll be telling enough of our stories where you can, you should be able to draw some inspiration from it without coming off like I'm not gonna say that. It's like, Steve, you gotta chill. See, that's the part. I've been slowing down lately. I just can't admit that's this much energy for this much long because they're not gonna stop.
Yeah.
So I just gotta chill out. We kind of know what's coming. He's right, guys. You got to be able to self custody cryptocurrency. Like, come on, you can fly through the airport with that stuff. You could even say, I just get a cold storage mailed to me.
Yeah.
You know, you follow Andrew Tate, you see these guys, man, they've been trying to tie them boys' money up forever. They can't get to it. Once they tie your money up, you're pretty much done. That's why I say do not cheer for when they're trying to ban any social media platform. Don't do it. That'd be the day in reckoning. Because there's a lot of good that happens on these things. And if they cut that communication off, we back to one program again. So when you look at Telegram, he got arrested. I don't care what the rabbit hole says. I don't know. But illicit activity, allowing people to just do things. Basically, they're not giving information to government. That's really what it means.
Yeah.
He has, you can do cryptocurrency internationally, not in the US. On Telegram, you can send cryptocurrency. So he's killing it. And he's in jail right now in Paris. And then Elon Musk, you know, in Brazil, they might X that whole platform out, X. And then you got a particular side of the media, the current administration talking about, oh yeah, look, they let these bad guys on here, so this is why it has to go off. And you guys are making it between black and white and right and wrong. It's like, listen, you cannot cancel the entire internet because of some pedos and stuff like that. Like, this is, I mean, these people are parading like, you know, women boxing, you know, men boxing women. It's like, come on, stop with the circus.
Yeah.
Just stop with the circus, man. It's just, you know, and then when you could see it for what it is, what pains me the most is that people can't see it, but I know why they can't see it.
Yeah.
That's what pains me the most. That's why I always lead in love, man. And I'd say don't be dumb, but you kind of know what it is by now. But it's always led by love. I just know I always want people to do better than people want to do for themselves. I come from that school of thought. So now I'm like, yo, all right, why don't I just train them? That's how this thing was birthed, man. It had nothing to do with money. I promise you.
Yeah.
Right?
At all.
It had nothing to do with money. I didn't even want to price product. I just wanted to see, yo, can we get the message out? How fast can we get the message out?
Yeah.
And then we'll build it up from the ground up. Right or wrong?
Facts. 100%.
It was one book. It was literally one book.
Yep.
That's turned into, like, you know, the part that you can't see is how many people didn't get their head knocked off. Right? So just the other day, Binance, Israel is putting the pressure on Binance, number one crypto exchange in the world, to confiscate Palestinian cryptocurrency, anything coming out of that region. But then he backtracks, the CEO, and he's like, no, we only did a few accounts. It wasn't the whole. Come on, man. The way those people are bombing on these people, you telling me you're not going to take all the crypto coming out of Palestine? Mm-hmm. But you know whose account is whose, and we don't even got identifiers in cryptocurrency. Make it make sense. Unless you KYC, make it make sense. Who doesn't know how to KYC in cryptocurrency? It just is what it is. We're just moving around, purchasing assets that may not be available on Coinbase.
Yeah.
So when you got the Biden administration talking about 3 or 4 years if you get caught with a VPN, come on, guys. You cannot. Listen, I could deal with the other stuff with Donald Trump, but come on, man. Like, come on. Let's be honest about it now. Straight up. I'm almost tempted to go out there and vote for this dude, man. Straight up.
Not real talk.
Let's be serious about, and if you want to play a wealth game, they messing with y'all because the wealthy move money so differently. So these taxes are going to hurt you because you're going to get inside that bracket and you're not going to be able to know how to really play that game the way they play it. The uneducated person with the most money takes the most hits. They have to let their money sit in a 401k. They have to let someone else manage the money for them. The times we're coming into right now, you have to take accountability for all of it because it is just digital. It can go away at a push of a button. There was a sense of security with the banking system we have now. We could shit on it if we want to, but let's not act like we ain't just park our money somewhere and never knew where it went. But we were comfortable with that. It's already digital. They're already using words like wallet. We are conditioned by it. The money machines are now taking the money and giving you a card. Come on, it's pretty obvious. Let's get past that one.
All right.
You know, it's like watching COVID happen in Europe and everybody was just chilling here. And it was just moving. I'm like, this is it, man. The people are asleep. I don't like the culture of this country. So when I say when you look at real estate, you look at it in a sense of towns. Listen, there's a lot of land still out here available. We just keep subscribing to just being in these major cities, like living on top of each other.
Yeah.
It's like density. That's the same shit that's happening in Detroit right now. That's why I'm kind of like falling back from it. You know, every project you look at and they just want density. So I'm like, that's going to be a smart city. It has all the inner workings in the infrastructure for that. Guys, it's being built out right in front of us. So just when you think you home and you working from home, I could beg to differ with Storm on that they can't turn the commercial into whatever. You're gonna have communal bathrooms. That's just it. Because if they're gonna be paying your wage, they're gonna pack you up in those buildings. I promise you. You can put people on top of each other, and they're boxes already. Communal bathrooms. That'll cut down a lot. You're going to be living in like the old YMCA ways. Those days are coming back. You just pay, you have a room, and then you share a bathroom and showers. The dorm. Listen, that's the only way you could do it. If you're going to be paying everybody's situation, you're not going to make it you're going to make it affordable.
Affordable, yeah, yeah.
And on top of that, the money that you're giving them, you're going to make sure that they spend it only in certain places, on certain things, at certain times. That's why we're teaching cryptocurrency, guys. It's happening right now. So that's the dark side of crypto. I told you, if it was up to me, I'd be like, yo, scratch that one.
Shut it down.
Let's just balance the books back again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Scratch that. But the access to capital and stuff like that, now maybe some parts of it, we could probably police that shit for sure.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, but not these guys coming into it. So I see it coming. I position myself. The education is what I admire the most. But when you do look at the wealth that these guys are going to pour in here, I'm like, I'm not missing that one.
Yeah.
Don't be dumb. I promise you. They need to find a new financial instrument. And there's only one being built right now. I tell Champ, what if we're wrong? What if there's a chance that we're wrong and what we thought wasn't? And I'm like, man, this shit was one hell of a ride. And I'm like, I know I was digging.
2 paradigms.
Right? It wouldn't even be like, wasn't I searching every corner of this? And I know for sure this brainiac was.
Straight up.
And if we ain't see it coming, then I'm just like, yo, listen. Y'all know I'm cooked just like y'all, so we can just talk it out.
Straight up. Yeah, no, that's real. And I think that's why it's even more important for us to tell the story, right? From our perspective, our experience. You know, this is a whole new emerging market, whole new everything. And we have to mark our place. We have to mark our spot. So as we continue to do that, there's going to be so many changes that happen around us. And then technology itself ain't waiting. So that's what makes it even crazier. It's speeding past everybody. And they're still trying to control. The mission is control. So as they're controlling these systems, we still have to figure out what we can control what we can control, and then let that be it. Let nobody infringe on that. So that's, I mean, I think that's the biggest tie-in for me is with artificial intelligence. Steve laid that out for me. I didn't even see that. And I'm the data guy. I'm the guy who like nerds out to tie all that stuff in together and see that technology waits for nobody. It doesn't care about your creed, color, what you believe, no, nothing. This is technology, it's agnostic, and it's gonna go. So either carve out a space in it to create an ecosystem and build from there, or you're just gonna kind of be subjected to whatever they subject us to. And the stuff I've learned in literally the past week for artificial intelligence is wild. It's almost scary. And I'm not a person who operates in fear. Like, but that's wild to me to see it. So it's like now it's like, all right, here's the thing. Let's learn artificial intelligence. Let's learn. We already got the crypto part down pat. You guys know this, right? And what you don't know, we're gonna continue to pour in. But the aspect is you have one piece of the pie. Now add to it. AI is definitely that piece that's gonna tie us in. Steve, I just seen you drop something. You
Yeah,
just
but
dropped
before,
something.
before that, so just to touch on that, you killed that one. Guys, this is the last opportunity for us to just kind of shape our own future. I promise you. You will not have a do-over. You will have to understand what this technology is and how you can position yourself if you're not prepared to like grab a bungalow or even just research that part. Passports now are going for like $200,000-$300,000. That's what's happening out there. People are buying these things with Bitcoin.
Straight
These
up.
companies are taking Bitcoin. So you got an opportunity to shape your future financially in cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, security, right? Knowing how to be in multinational, that's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We already started those talks.
Expat life.
Right? There's the one for Thailand has the contacts that you need to get residency, temporary. It's everything is laid out for us in packages. We have another girl who's in Kenya. She's coming on. She's gonna have, I think, 100 and something countries. This is more of a travel agent for that sort of stuff. So connects you in the countries. You conduct a business, short term, long term. Real estate. We have a connection in Colombia. Same thing. Santa Marta and Cartagena.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's got the connections all there. Sister from Georgia, Atlanta. She's out there killing it, but she has her businesses set up. Listen, man, she's out there. She's renting those dresses. You see when all them girls go to Colombia and they take those pictures for Instagram. She got a shop that does that. You can just rent it, go take your photos, or rent it, and we have a photo package. Like she's rocking like that, and she's happy as shit. In Atlanta, she just had a restaurant. Like you're just one of many restaurants.
One of 5,000.
Right. And then when they're tired of you, it's just over.
On to the next one.
That's it. It's a revolving door. So we got to carve out our future, man. So if you're looking at it as $50 or another $47, it's like, come on, what's the price to like, stop it, guys?
Yeah.
Let's honestly, let's cut the shit, man.
You can't afford to do nothing.
No, it's not even that. It's just like, yo, we price it right if we price it. And if we delivered the first time with the wildest technology that nobody knew about, what do you think we doing this for? I'm just getting the data of the job reports and it's not looking good. Then I'm looking at the technology behind who's next. And I'm like, oh shit, they're already telling you when it's happening. And then I'm following up with people who are in these departments in healthcare, and they're telling me, yes, I work with a robot. Yes, they won't need anybody. Yes, I'm like, oh, okay. Sounds like champ, time to go to work.
Yep. Straight up.
I got the blueprint. That's
This
it.
this is real life. This really happened. He's not
That's it.
making.
I got the blueprint. But again, you want it for free. All right, take it. Take it. Don't worry about it. Take it. What you gonna do now? Still got to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
You still need a community. It's technology, guys, man. This ain't one of those that you just kind of pick up when you want to. We're headed to a point where you can lose your ability to think. That's what we're kind of saving you from. So when we say we're an insurance company, you don't want to be a crash dummy. Trust me, these guys are like, everything's going to be linked to just one digital ID. You know, all you people that were cheering during the COVID situation, talking about, oh, you don't want to get it, you're making it hard. You better be lucky we did that. Straight up. Because if they knew that there wasn't a large percentage of the population that didn't do that, they just knew how much more work and time they needed to keep tooling us up. So they knew 50% or maybe 52% was like, yo, okay. And then they knew everybody's threshold to that. I'm not taking anything away from anybody for that. What I'm saying is I didn't have to be in that position because I eat off land. That's it. Because it's not until they came for your jobs. Everybody was like, nope. That wasn't right. I didn't take it for granted, guys. I worked for this position. So the only difference was I wasn't on a hamster wheel. I was able to just move around and pick up, as I went, I picked up skills. You know, I was growing as a person, but I was picking up skills. And then when I started putting them together, I got a lot of old world skills and I'm mixing with the new world now. And then I'm able to just give like a nice middle ground between the two. Because I always think you're going to need to have human interaction and just human touch. I work on energy. I'm not interested in a whole restaurant that's being cooked by like something that's soulless.
Yeah.
I don't care how they perfect it. Resist. Like, that's dumb. It's entertaining, but I'm cool on that.
Yeah.
I don't know what they put in that food. Because if it's robotic, then it's got to be, you know, probably made up shit. But if I had to guess, right, that's the better profit margin.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one that keep you fueled up. Yeah. I'm kind of figuring my way out to eat from land right now.
Yeah.
That's the wealth play. So that's what you're going to get. You're going to get everything that I'm doing right now because I'm preparing myself for the future. So if you either on board or you're not, I don't have time. This shit is not waiting. I'm telling you, it is clipping. It's starting from the bottom and it's working its way up. And if you're not in a high level C-suite position, you're kind of on borrowed time.
Yeah.
So we have a AI visionaries network thing starting. You'll see it. The tab is already on there if you remember. You can start clicking in to join. That group is about to be built out. It's just going to be a hub of information. All things AI. I just needed to break it apart. Okay. We're going to bring some people on to teach us too, right? Because there's going to be some things that Champ and I don't use.
Yeah.
So we won't stop the communication with you guys. The group is for how far you want to take it in AI. Because we gave you 7 free courses for free. And some took, most didn't.
Yeah.
You're going to regret that. Because the ones who took heed and put that stuff on their resume, they're going to need consultants, guys.
And what's the quote?
Free.
And AI won't replace people?
Oh, people who use AI will replace people. But the wild part is AI is replacing people. So Stripe just got rid of 700 customer service reps. The robot did the job of 700.
700 people.
Yeah. But here's the thing. The 700 people weren't even employed here in the United States. So now you're going after those call center people. Who took over our jobs because we were paid too much? Come on, man. So how much are you really paying for the robot? Have you noticed they've been conditioning us to like touch prompts literally for the last 10 years? Everything's a prompt, right? And then led to the customer service. I'm on with customer service today. This shit is a robot until it becomes a live agent.
Damn.
It's close to being, it's close to eliminating that. I'm seeing it already. I'm noticing how far it takes you along before it passes you to somebody. It's almost here, guys. Trust me when I tell you. They're talking about nurse robots that are $8 an hour. You know, ghost kitchens, everything's delivery, real time, boom, boom, everything's to your door. Not the oh, you got to wait 1 hour. We came from that delivery generation, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, why did it take that long? They just didn't know efficiency back then. But now you're talking about order open. Even when I went to China years ago, that thing was moving past me. I was coming from cities. I'm not in no small town. You know, I got some pep in my step. And I'm like, yo, QR codes. I'm like, oh, I'm the only person looking at registers. Subway system, super efficient. Like, and I'm like, yo, America, oh man, America ain't shit right now. I'm in Shenzhen. It was the first major city built in China. They look like New York City.
Wow.
Yo, I'm like, all right. They're not giving us that sort of opportunity, guys. All these guys that are going to be building these tech cities, like, you're not touching none of that stuff because there's so much you have to add to it. This is a different type of infrastructure. So it's not just about saying, yo, I'm going to build a house in a tech city. You're going to feel like you're in a video game, man. You're going to say, damn, that $50 a month. All right, cool. No problem. You know what I mean? Go shit, storm hot too. I may not be for you. But I know that there's things in here. So I know what I didn't do was I didn't get in the trenches with y'all. I don't even know most of the people in here. And that part I didn't like. We have member only calls. It's like 8 people get on. It's the same 8 people that are committed. You guys took the summer off. Cool. No problem. I get it. But you can't take no more seasons off after this one. I promise you.
Yeah. This ain't the time. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah, this is if you ever look at election season cycles. Whew. So that's why I want to get the mindset thing out first. Even just start the discussion with my wife and I. It's just going to be nice little, champ would cue it up and play into it. So that's like Dot Connect on 100, but just for your life.
Yeah, that's needed.
Definitely. Why not share? Because the type of hope they've hijacked the word hope. Obama did that first. Now every time I hear it, I just want to kick it, man. Like if hope was like a thing, I would just probably shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's dumb. You know what I mean? It's like just in the way I process it. And don't take it so literal. Right? It's just the way they use it against you.
Yeah.
That's the part I don't like.
Rest in peace to Dick Gregory.
Yeah.
Those who know. Yeah.
I'll pick up where he left off, man. I don't want to be spazzing at my old age though.
Yeah.
But he just, they probably put some stuff in his food and because he was saying a lot. And that guy was the healthiest guy in the world. So there's no way that, I mean, there was always a story around that.
Always, yeah. It was always wisdom.
Yeah. So that's the affiliate link in there, guys. Champ, you want to copy it over.
Yeah.
This is for the AI blueprint. So it's like you got to bring a network of people in. So just make money on it too. We had 2 people already sell 4 each. It was about $20 on 8. I mean, let's just figure this thing out together. But you got to get as many people as possible. At least tell them that things are happening. Healthcare is the number one industry that's going to have the most cuts right now.
Mm-hmm.
So when they talk about those nurse shortages and all that other shit, nah, it's bullshit.
Yeah, that was scripted.
No, a lot of people aren't even hiring. They're just putting stuff up at like ads, but a lot of people aren't hiring. They're doing like interviews just to, make it not go to TikTok probably, but they have no intention on hiring. And the reason for it is they're changing to the AI system. So they just like, listen, as we're building that system, we need people to hire.
Yeah.
So that's why they're giving out free courses for certification. And we showed you how to get the financial aid with it. So when I look at things and I'm asking people who's taking this stuff and they're like, no, I didn't take it yet. I'm like, all right, cool. So that means I'm not doing a good enough job telling you enough stories about what's happening right now. I'm just hoping that you guys are researching what we're telling you to research. But champ, I don't think that seems to be the case. So we got to get back into the trenches.
Yeah. Now we back to work. I mean, it's, we've been here before. Let's get it.
Yeah. The automated stuff, guys. I mean, it's cool for some people. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not holding hands. Literally, we're about to start with the foundation first, and it's going to be a nice overview to then your homework is to get through it by the time we get to the next class. And we're just kind of giving you some gut punches to motivate you to why this section is important. But I'm not interested in like checking off your thing. We just need to get you certificates, guys. At the end of this shit, you get certificates. And then with that, we just got to wrap some prizes around it. I guess this is the part where we have to entertain a little bit more. And I don't mind doing this part.
Yeah.
But I won't do it on social media to get people in here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So we're going to show out a little bit, tell you some firsthand stories of what happened with Champ and I, and
absolutely
just tell you, the real. Because I take for granted that a lot of you are new. And we might have said it going on 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about bank crashes and blackouts and preparedness and things like that. Now it's like, oh shit, the technology is moving us quicker into, I didn't think it was going to be this fast because we were kind of pacing with crypto.
Yeah.
And then when AI came, I was like, oh, yeah. And it was pretty smart. And then it just kept getting smarter. And every day was the worst day for AI. So just imagine this thing is just beefing up.
Scaling.
And it's scary because what's going to happen is it can start to, if you don't program yours correctly, you can start to dumb yourself down.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And the worst part about when you do that is it becomes part of your DNA, and you're probably going to pass that shit down. I don't want people's human experience to be like digital slavery, because they're going to open up with that because there's no digital constitution, right? That kind of came after they created chaos and fucked people up.
Yeah.
Started taking shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, wait, thou shalt not. I'm like, what? No, you don't have that luxury. So that's why we're on the crypto side. That's why I'm looking to be multinational.
Very necessary.
I see when they seize accounts, like the US is the number one bully in the world. Like literally, they will seize accounts, seize planes, seize this. And when you see things like that, like, trust me, they will do it to us. Yeah. They only doing it to them because every time they do this is because somebody did something that they didn't like. And they've been doing that to us. And they got the technology that's going to like really keep you. You watch that the 13th that amendment show, it was called 13th, and it talked about, you know, the jail system and stuff, prison, you know, school prison pipeline, all the craziness.
Yeah.
You know, at the end, one of the guys was like, yeah, not worried about it. We can get rid of all the jails and let them out. And I'm like, why? Right? If you
Yeah.
think about that, like, why? Why would they do that? You know what I'm saying? Then I'm thinking about it, but I really asked myself that back then, before I even knew anything about this stuff. I was like, they just keep them locked up in a particular perimeter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because that's all it is. They've done this. They've already conditioned the whole jail system with this. It's already a mindset of a lot of people, right? You tend to stay in the hood. You're from the hood.
Yep. You never leave the hood. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that happens in suburbia too. People aren't moving as much as they used to. I'm studying the way they build in real estate. You know, you get an apartment building, parking, gym, smoothie shop, GNC, restaurants, Wegman. You know, like this is what they're doing.
Sounds
They're
like a powerful
building
smart city.
retail, grocery store. I'm like, these people are never leaving.
Yeah. That's the smart city right there. It. Yeah.
That's it. They just didn't wrap the communication hasn't clicked yet.
Yeah.
That's what's going to make it a smart city. It's not going to be like George Jetson. So I think that's where people think they got time. No, they're not doing that here. This architect is already where it's at. They'll build into it. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of money moving around,
Yeah.
put it that way, from all over the world. So possible. It's going to look in a form of just tap and go. Maybe not even have to even pull it out.
Mm-mm. Shit.
If you start giving up your biometrics, the world coin with your eye,
Yep.
that coin is up. Yeah, I might want to hold a little bag of that one. Well, sorry, don't do that. Do your own research. It's not financial advice. We're not financial advisors.
This is for educational purposes only.
There we go.
I like
I got to cut that into everything.
that.
So, nah, this guys, this technology, you'll be able to move money in places markets that we never thought we could invest in. Right now, you could buy a piece of a condo in Dubai.
Yep.
With cryptocurrency.
And I know a couple crypto projects that's Sharia law compliant. Yeah.
He's been following that since 2015.
Let's go.
And those are going to be the guys that are going to lead the charge in cryptocurrency, the UAE. They not messing around.
Mm-mm.
Those boys got those young leaders now, not them old dads. They like, yo, nah, we getting on this money game. Them kids was here. A lot of them dudes, you know, they come to the States to study, to party.
Mm-hmm.
I met a couple of those guys before. I didn't know what the hell they did like that. I'm thinking Pakistan. I don't know. I'm not thinking wealth.
Yeah.
You would never know who they are, man. They'd be right there at Brown University when I went to college in Rhode Island. And it's like, oh, yo, that's the prince of such and such. And it's just like, I'm like, what? Now, like, oh, okay, they just come here to party. Then they'll go to Vegas. That's how those cities were built.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That's how those cities were built. So there's a lot of capital in the world, and it's going to all flow through cryptocurrency. I promise you. And it's not Bitcoin. Listen, that thing is going to do what it does, but the economies aren't running through Bitcoin. That's just, they're going to have their own fight with these governments.
Mm-hmm.
Because trust me, it's not going to be as rosy as you think. They just need to keep you at the party long enough to connect all these dots, and you're going to watch what happens to that asset over there.
Leg kick.
Well, no, I mean, it's going to be just a digital fight at that point, right? There's no owner, but the government wants to shut it down. And then it's like, all right,
Yeah.
It's not a security. No problem. Okay. Definitively. So only one got clarity.
Let's go.
Yeah, so Saturday we got family talk. We can give all these links too. And then the network is open. We just haven't put stuff in there. So you can head over there. Just start lining up. We have no more time left. So we're going to give you some industries. That's the next product for free. We're going to give you the top industries that are being kind of liquidated through AI. And then we're going to give you reasons and things you can do to make yourself useful. So if your company's on that list, or you know somebody whose company's on that list, you might want to inbox them that joint. Or send them the link so they could at least so it's not free. We do get your email address, right? That's fair.
I know so.
That's fair. All right. So fun times ahead, guys. We got a lot of work ahead of us. Do not get caught up in this election. That's why I'm trying to get this thing off the ground now. So when November comes, you're not getting hit upside your head. And then, I don't know, I guess they'll be crying. Somebody's going to be crying.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to be mad that their ball got taken. Good luck, man. Don't drive yourself too crazy.
Yeah.
That literally could be the start of a race war, though.
True.
Either way. But I would say on our account, a lot of us are kind of woke to that scenario they're giving us right now.
Yeah.
It's like I've seen that playbook before, and it looks horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah, I'm not interested in Megan Thee Stallion or Quavo. Like, you talking to the wrong audience, sister girl. That shit is like it's that Lee Daniels thing. A show you had with Terrence Howard and them.
Shit, I don't know. I ain't even tune in.
Like, it's like novella, like soap opera.
Empire.
Yeah, it's like that. Like they just gonna start singing now. I'm like, oh, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Stop. Yo, Robert F. Kennedy over on that team about to lead the charge into what if they're gonna let him let loose on that agency. Oh my God.
Wild.
That in itself is just crazy.
He gonna spill
Children vaccine on the first day. Start moving the pieces out, get these dudes out the SEC and just let this money just let business just be business.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they're gonna do. They're just gonna make business just business. You either know how to play the game they put in front of you, or you just be crying broke. Straight up, because they're not gonna do anything that they ain't gonna show you. And if I know anything about this industry, it's immutable. Please let it be. There's some back channels.
Yeah.
But I could deal with that. But if it's supposed to be fair like this, guys, but who's gonna make the law behind it? That's the tough part about this, where we're going now.
Yeah.
Somebody's about to set a digital constitution on something that they don't own. Make it make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't flow through the central bank. Fuck, man. If y'all don't see how much we give y'all, man, you stop. You know what I'm saying? We could just be dropping a tip link in here. I promise you this is a show and a half.
Yep.
Just gave you the whole AI game just now. Sometimes they weren't, sometimes you don't take good notes and you got to pay $47. You're like, oh, sorry about that. I'm sorry, man. Like, come on.
Nah, that's real. Nah, that is real.
But let's get these other courses done with. You know what I'm saying? Don't just FOMO into something. So we're going to have a lot of calls and we'll put the schedule out. We'll have a calendar. We'll have a booking calendar. We're just available now. And I'm doing this up until about December. And then it's lights out. You know what I mean? You should have everything you need. at your disposal. We have some financial advisors coming on. Just showing diversity. I'm not pro any one side. All of it sounds great. Everybody's circumstances are different, so it can't just be how I see things or how Champ sees it.
Mm-hmm.
But what you will get is you will get vetted people who don't see you as profit, right? Because I've been vetting these guys too. So it's like, listen, if you're worried about your commission, then you're giving people bad product. And that's what the insurance agency is all about.
Yeah.
You guys are funding policies, insurance policies with debt. Don't do that. Because where are you putting the money? Who's teaching y'all? I'm done. Check us out.
I like that. Steve, appreciate it. My God. So, guys, I'm going to give y'all one thing that's on the arm, and we out of here. So, I know there are people who's new inside the academy. One of the things that we do on Dot Connect Wednesdays is we connect dots. So, Steve mentioned how platforms are basically silencing certain people, right? Governments are silencing certain people, blocking the free flow of information, which is a detriment to the world. So in the world of cryptocurrency, there's a project that allows decentralized social media, right? So I'm going to give you guys that. If you've been here for a while, you've had it. If you have not been here, here you go. Here's a gift.
Good price point, too.
Absolutely. There's a project by the name of DESO, DESO, Decentralized Social Blockchain. It's a layer 1 blockchain that's built from the ground up. It influences decentralized social media and heavy applications for billions of users, right? It is, again, a layer 1, which is awesome, and it's backed by Sequoia Capital. These are some big boys. Andreessen Horowitz, Social Capital, Coinbase Ventures, and a bunch of others. And it is available on Coinbase. So now you guys have an alternative in the event that the lights get shut down and they block you from voicing your opinions and your thought. Now you got a place you can go to that's blockchain and crypto enabled.
That's the wave right there. That one, that's going to be a big dog. Mm-hmm. You start to get the Andrew Tates over there.
Yeah.
They just had interviews with Candace Owens. So she did Andrew and then the brother. They've since took the brothers down to YouTube. But if you were able to catch those two or find somebody that got that joint, watch both of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Tate one is still up. So he bought the domain university.com and he attached it to his online university. So he has a platform, $50 a month. Pretty much similar. We, poking around right now.
Wow.
Hundreds of thousands of users at $50, guys, a month. He takes cryptocurrency
as a form of payment. Yeah.
Them boys moving around the world, they like on house arrest and they ain't worried. They buying cars, still buying houses, but they're passing out knowledge. If it's good knowledge, I don't know, but I'll get back to you on that one. So I say that to say that the university.com domain went for a lot. So he's disrupting a powerful agency, that educational system. So Candace, early in the interview, she was like, she hired somebody that went to his university. And she's like, he's killing it. So they're pretty much getting you prepared for the workforce now. That's kind of where the AI comes into play. So I don't know how many people are going to show you how to wrap a business around it. And that's the part I thought too. I'm like, oh man, they need help with the LLC and the did the dad, the D, the D. Yeah, I'm like, all right, man, damn it. You go back in that old bag. You know what I mean? It's like, so I'll catch everybody up to speed with that.
Yeah.
Because that could be something that holds them back from like actually doing the business. You might be comfortable with the technology because it's easy, but then you don't know how to bill, right? You don't know how to manage your books monthly. So
Skill sets you should have been taught in school.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, guys, that's a premium, guys. It's like it's a certification.
Yeah. Life
That's
skills.
gonna right. You know, I'm talking about if you want to be valuable. So even for me eating off this land now, I have to like adopt this stuff too. You know what I'm saying? But you could also plagiarize, and it's just like you could think you're doing work, and we're just gonna have an influx of a lot of bad product. You know, it's like, come on, all of it is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So I would urge that you guys just try to have whatever you purchase online, just make sure it has like a human attached to it. That's kind of where I'm starting with it. You know what I mean? That's where I draw the line. I don't want like a bot or a faceless, you know, at that point, they're just manufacturing just soulless product. It's not going to care about you. You know what I mean? I think we're fair with everything that we offer. I actually know we are. Because I'm thoughtful in when and what. And, you know, just sitting here picking up game and fine tuning and perfecting it has to have some sort of value attached to it. That's just it. You know what I mean? I know how valuable the skill set is to me. I know how valuable my old skill sets were. You know, I'm coming from Photoshop. So if Canva ever went down, I'm like, I'll go back to those days.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say don't lose the old traditions in the way that you do things or traditions you may have or start having. Because then you're going to just be moving at their speed or not moving at all. It's going to cost you to move around. It's going to cost you to keep a gas oven. There's no new building going up in New York City right now that's going to run a gas pipe. Building. Okay.
Wild times ahead.
Yo, listen, it's my last warning, man. You have like 2 more years. And I could be even wrong about that because they're like the AI projections are like,
Right around the corner.
and it's one company holding this whole thing up. And if you go and you just research what that company's doing, like what kind of incubators it has and how it's connected to like cryptocurrency and blockchain projects, then you're kind of missing a lot of information that's very, very, very vital. So for everybody that's on the Amazon store and all this other stuff, listen, TikTok just got connected with Amazon, man. Yo, they're gonna be blowing by y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The Amazon sellers are gonna be like when we went from like LCD televisions, remember we thought it was a shit to like this 9K now.
Straight up bendable joints.
Yeah, like I'm like, all right. So if you hold some old skill sets, you're still gonna have a marketplace that's gonna still want that. That's why I'm not like, that's why I'm filling up my bag. I'm kind of doing both. You know, I picked up a lot of old, you know, Google pay-per-click days, you know, like a lot of marketing that still applies a little bit just in the way you think. Because back then you had to be creative, you know. So now I can create creativity without like breaking the bank. I'm like, oh shit, I can just think it and it happens.
Yeah. That's the power.
Yeah, and that's the stuff we put inside those damn ebooks that y'all not even cracking open because we got the data that tells us that.
Yeah.
So who's teaching y'all, man? All right, I'm back then. Y'all want me to, not gonna use the word babysit, but
Yeah.
fuck it, man. I'm back in the trenches. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Let's get it, man. Listen, before you go, Steve, you know you can't please everybody in life. People going to be people. Nah, absolutely. So look,
Now this is community right here. Listen, listen, we got a closed group. So this ain't, I'm not talking about open discussions and all that. What I do on that internet is just to raise awareness. Trust me, I'm light sparring. You see my wife, man. Nah, I'm fueled up, man. I'm fueled up. I don't have no worries, bro. Since I just gotta yell sometimes, man. It's just the time is now. I'm just putting up a sense of urgency, but this is my normal. But I'm not looking to please anybody. I don't want just anybody in here. Because to pay us for 1 month and then to leave the next month and never open something, I'm baffled by where do they do that? Like, why are they doing that? You have any clue, champ?
nah, none.
All right. I
So
get it. Listen, and we got to take it back to the essence because I was just telling Champ when we used to have the live boot camps, there used to be 4 sessions, Tuesday, Thursday for 2 weeks. And people came. We still got some in the group now.
That's a data point. Definitely.
And they paid way more. Right. So it's like once we lowered the price and took ourselves out of it, we thought we were doing people a favor by letting them save money, but then there was no accountability tied to it. So I'm like, oh, we're not holding them accountable enough. Can you imagine you went to college and you could just do whatever you wanted to? Like literally, you just didn't know what to do. It's like, I gotta go to school.
Can't see it.
No, I can't. I don't want y'all. I don't want to be dumb. You know what I mean? I'm looking at the data. Steve and Champ need to get back in and just make sure everybody's on track. That's all. So if you got a friend or a family member, tell them it's about to get lit in here. And don't act like y'all wasn't getting value either. Things were being dropped, spot calls. The market dropped like 40% the other day and it came back up and popped everything back. So you could have ran that bag up in that time frame. All the alerts were put out.
Yeah.
Dot connects were still, but summertime dot connect numbers were down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Summertime everybody's chilling, but this is your last summer. I hope it was a good one. It's about to get real out here. Either way it goes, trust me, we about to be on a ride.
Let's go. Strap in.
All right, let's get this work done before elections, though, because it's just going to be noisy. We might have to keep them entertained for election season too, right?
Yeah, hell yeah, we might.
Yeah, all right, we might sit in on some things or two, break it down, chatter, and talk crypto.
All that. Yeah.
Take us out, man. But yo, this paperwork I'm looking at, bro. Wow.
That's
I was at a wild point in my life in 2016, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell that story on in the academy. Only. A lot of people they get mad that we were, they felt from what I was the chit chatter that the dot connects were geared towards everybody, like because it was on YouTube.
Yeah.
So they felt like the playbacks were unfair. But those were the same people that didn't go to the members only call because we had low engagement on those over the summer. So I get it. You take the summer off and you come back and it's like All right. Well, let's get to work, guys, because the data shows different. I don't see no certifications.
Yeah.
You just have to mark completed on everything. Even if you just did that. All right, so we got some incentives coming on certifications. We have a leaderboard every month. That's a reward-based system based on engagement. So we'll have a leaderboard situation. We're just gonna give away crypto. I'm not mailing anything anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like in the post office seems archaic. Yo, I'm telling you, that shit look like it's from like the 40s.
Yeah, they not
Right?
they
Oh, you
not
be over there.
yeah, they not update nothing in there. That joint is old, man. It's a bank though. Well,
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
saying too much, yeah.
Yeah.
Real
It
talk.
looks like one. But let me ask you, how many employees do you have at the one you go to?
Um Regulars, there's about 4 front facing, and then there's the people that work in the back that process. So you probably looking at maybe about 10, 11 people.
No, I mean counter people. 4?
Oh, counter people, 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I got 1. Yeah, that joint looks like a vault. It looks so inefficient. That's what I mean to say.
It is wild though. It is. It is wild.
That shit is just trippy when I go in there because you know how my mind is too. I'm like, how the hell would they get this package there? There's no way we're supposed to be paying those rates, man.
Nah, we not.
Let's not be dumb. There's gonna be some good that comes out of this system. Somebody just said something about they got rid of librarians. And now it's just like robots, just whatever. You just say the book probably before you even get there, it's there.
Yeah.
Or it could be at your house with a drone service that's on linked to that you could invest in privately. They have that flying drone service. Right now it's delivering medication to like rural areas and third world countries that don't have roads really.
Yeah.
That's not a viable business to move things faster in areas that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you, yeah, they're gonna do a lot of F shit with the technology, but there's gonna be a lot of good in here. All we got to do is like not subscribe to the stuff they do. Like if you pay it no mind, they'll have one less person to be messing with. That's how I see it. I'm not trying to save everybody. Just one less person. That's it. I ain't asking for too much.
Yeah.
Y'all see what we charge? Come on, stop.
Shorts.
Stop. You know, you've went different places and we keep moving around. We trying to make this the last stop for y'all. Actually, no, Storm is a different type of situation, man. You know, there's some good brothers out there. We about to, this is Mount Rushmore that's being built.
Absolutely.
Nah, that brother's sharp, man. There's a few others, and we're starting to like form. It's gonna be powerful.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, man. Men of honor, leading truth. We can't sit on those other stages because we kind of contradict the product that's either coming before us or after us. So it's like we can't have them open the show.
Yeah.
Damn near can't have them close the show. We definitely don't have them close the show.
Straight up.
I got a lot to say, man. Now I'm just giving people a different perspective. So when I hear money, 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 I'm like, yo, just recalibrate that thing real quick. It's not that. That's not going to get you the money. That's going to get you some heartache and misery.
Yeah.
Trust me. Be careful what you ask for. That's a temporary fix. Trust me when I tell you that. Because if at any point it gets thrown off, you've never caught your bearings with it.
Yeah.
And you never, ever know what could happen. And if I know that there's a dawn of reckoning coming inside of certain industries, I'm gonna do whatever I can to research what that industry is, why they doing it, like get to the crux of it, talk about it, and then help just offer a service, or if I don't have it, we send you to somebody who has the training. That's how this thing is working.
Yeah.
Everything is well vetted, and shit, good luck, man. This it's not going to be easy, but we definitely need this. This is just going to shake out certain people. And we're going to have good footing on this side.
That was good. That was good. I like that. To wrap
Let
this,
these people, my wife said, let these people go. I'm out.
to wrap this, got a quote for y'all. Steve, that was incredible.
Love you. I'm out.
Love you, bro. What's the difference between an obstacle and an opportunity? Our attitude towards it. Every opportunity has a difficulty, and every difficulty has an opportunity. You do with that information what you will. Love y'all. Peace. Appreciate y'all too.